Today's topic is all about reconciliation and the consequences of actions that that lead to the reconciliation or not reconciliation. And I think the topic is 11 steps, or rather just a few steps because we have a few minutes left, to strengthening a marriage after the stain of infidelity. Please note we have said marriage. It is husband and wife, not boyfriend and girlfriend, okay?
Not even fiance.
Not even fiance, okay? If your boyfriend is cheating on you, the door. Why are you forgiving them?
Fiance.
It's not your husband.
Ameweka deposit na bado nakucheza.
But if you went before God and men, okay? You went before people and confessed your love to each other and promised everyone with witnesses, then it's a whole different ball game. Marriage is much more serious than, a regular relationship. And what are the steps you take after the stain of infidelity? Somebody has cheated and you've decided, you know what? It's a one-time thing. The devil in the works. Something happened, but we're going to work on a relationship. And the first step is always open and honest communication, because pretty much now you're rebuilding trust. Trust has been broken. You're working towards rebuilding trust. So you need to communicate constantly until the person who was wronged feels at the bottom of their heart that everything is okay. If she calls you and says, "Where are you?" you better say where you are, complete with timestamps, okay? At 17:51:02, I was crossing the road. Now I am here, I'm in the middle of the road. Just keep the communication open. Say what you're feeling, your feelings and everything. If you're resentful, if you're feeling some type of way, talk about it. Keep the lines of communication open. Don't stonewall anyone.
Now, sometimes the lines of communication between the two of you are just so disoriented to the point where you need a middle ground. You need someone who's unbiased, someone whose opinions are completely mutually beneficial to your relationship, and that is a professional. Marriage counselor, a physiotherapist, a church elder, whatever, another person, a stranger that is well informed with the issues of marriage. Let them come between you and act as your mediator or the person in between, because sometimes when you're talking to each other, the communication can have a little bit of a breakdown, because you're either angry, you're feeling like, kwani utakuwa unaniuliza kila saa where I am, kwani you've become my father, kwani. It can be a little bit. So try and find someone else to come in between.
And also patience and forgiveness. The betrayed person should not be rushed to forgive things. Maybe this person is like, I have really atoned for this one mistake.
Yeah.
I have really been in the doghouse for like months. It's almost an year and I'm still not forgiven. What is taking you so long? What must I do? But remember, you're fixing the trust. So take as much time as you need and be as patient as possible with the other person.
And speaking of rebuilding trust, the person who was unfaithful, it is your responsibility, kazi kwako, to make sure that you're actually being open, honest, and very transparent. Not opaque, transparent. Because sometimes the things that you did that led up to this, sometimes you're like, you've been happy, your relationship has been okay, you've always been consistent with communication, but somehow you managed to cheat. Where did you get the time? Where was it happening? Like, there's so many things about this person who trusted you fully and had complete faith in you, and your relationship now is completely disoriented because they're like, wait, when did this happen? Who was it? When did you meet them? We've been okay. What are you trying to tell me? We've had issues this whole time, and there's so much doubt being cast upon the person who's been cheated on. So the person who was unfaithful needs to continue to try consistently, be consistent with being honest, open, and forthcoming with information whenever it is asked of them in order to try and rebuild the trust.
And also establishing boundaries, or rather re-establishing boundaries. And when you say cheating, it doesn't necessarily mean they had sex together.
Yep.
Maybe it could be as simple as they were texting, which is also a form
flirting.
of cheating.
Yeah.
It's emotional cheating. So now you're establishing boundaries. You've now said, I can no longer text with, colleagues from the opposite gender at specific times, because it turns into flirtation very quickly, especially when you're working in a huge organization. You have a work wife or somebody you're really close to. Sometimes those lines can be blurred. So now you've established a boundary. I won't be talking to people, or rather, I won't be crossing this line at specific times. I won't be going out and leaving my partner alone in the house, and I'm just living my best life, perambulating, and my wife is at home sleeping. My husband is at home sleeping. What are you doing? So just reestablish those boundaries so that you stay respectful to your partner.
Always important, focus on self-improvement, because as a person especially who cheated, there are reasons why you cheated. We're not going, cheating is a symptom, right? It is a symptom of the disease. There still is an underlying disease that needs to be sorted out. So let's talk about that. How do you start to build yourself and to focus on your self-improvement so that you can prevent pain and torture to the other person in the future, right? It's very, very, very vital that you actually start to self-improve in order for you to be better for the other person.
And also rekindle the intimacy. You know, you've now been mad at each other, you've said your piece, everything is there, but now you have to get back to each other. So now it's all about spending more time with each other, finding new ways to bring out joy with the other person. So yeah, intimacy has to be rebuilt.
And no secrets. There can be no secrets. As Tree has said, where are you? You tell them, timestamp. It is now 18:53 some seconds. I am currently breathing heavily at the traffic stop because the traffic is trafficking. Listening to the banjo or the banj on the music system. Tell them everything for them to just get that ease of mind that they're not really thinking about your problems all the time.
And a huge, you know, part to the person who's been betrayed is letting go of the blame.
Let go.
It's now time to build bridges. So now you're letting go of all that blame and all that resentment. And it may be difficult. It may take some time, but it's all a process. You're letting go of all of this to make room for something better. Do you have one more?
There is one more. Understand the reasons behind the infidelity. And I think I'm going to read this one. While it is never an excuse for infidelity, understand the reasons that led up to the affair, and it can be beneficial. So sometimes issues within a marriage, personal struggles, other external factors can contribute to infidelity. So identify these factors that led to it and try and make amends and improvement. And I see someone on the WhatsApp number. Hawa ni watu wa Monoru High School. Hello, who are you?
Wizkid.
You know, I used to call myself Wizkid Kathomi back in the day. And this is before Wizkid Dayo. Let me tell you,